The ongoing series between India and Sri Lanka is getting heated up. Really good low scoring encounters we're able to see with the first game getting into a tie with the second game currently ongoing. I have Deepu with me. While this game continues, we'll talk about this format a little bit, Deepu. We have seen, including this game as well, KL Rahul between the stumps as the wicket-keeper batsman. That also makes it into account that the top four, including Rahul, if you also say five, is all right-handers. So now, what's your take? The debate, the question about the discussion we have today is between who would be your ODI wicket-keeper batsman. Will it be KL Rahul, or I think the next person that is on the cards and has to be that man, Rishabh Pant, the left-hand batter?
Well, see, both these guys have done really well for India in all the three formats. Particularly, if I say KL, he has done more in the white ball format in the ODI cricket. Rishabh has done well in tests and ODIs. He has those notable numbers, but still not enough to actually earn a spot. We know what he did in England in that fifth ODI, I believe. The beg your pardon, the third ODI with Hardik Pandya. So he has done something well for himself in the ODI format too. It's
Yeah,
just that KL has more experience and has led the side as well in South Africa 2 years ago, and maybe that his leadership experience is something which the management is thinking that could be he can bring it onto the table, and his decision making skills behind the stumps as well. We have also seen after Dhoni, maybe he's the one who knows pretty well whether the batter has nicked the ball or not. Rishabh can get a little bit grumpy, so he also makes that job
correct.
easy for the captain Rohit Sharma. So I feel KL is doing wonderful. It's just that KL, the batter, is something which is, his main job is to basically bat. If I keep the keeping part aside, so it's something that he needs to generate that fear in the opposition, which Rishabh has.
Absolutely. I think that's a very good point of view between the leadership skills between these two. We'll talk a lot about these two players, but let's start about the statistics. What about the runs under their bag? If you look into the ODI stats with the bat, both of them, you spoke about experience. 71 innings, near about 2,850 runs for KL Rahul. Strike rate of 87 with 18 50s and 700s. Talk about experience. He's that kind of a flexible batter who can bat at number four, number five. Was the opener as well a few years back. So what's your take on this one?
See, I feel it's important that the strike rate issue is there with KL Rahul. So yeah, I mean, looking at the stats, I feel the strike rate is a really big issue for KL, being below 100, and especially in ODIs, and that too at number five, which is a crucial position, and we never know whenever he comes into bat, and especially it's more in the middle overs or in the back 10. So with 87 strike rate, I feel these are numbers which are not good and are quite horrific, to be honest.
Yeah,
The runs that he has scored with Rishabh being there, that he'll get out on the very first ball, or he'll score a 50 ball 100. So we know that clarity with Rishabh, that he has that intent of going out and playing his natural game, not
correct.
looking at the scoreboard. So
Absolutely, that's a very important point because if you look corresponding to his strike rate as well, 106.5, which is very good in the ODI format, and we know how attacking he loves to play. Rishabh Pant adds the left-handed batter you need at the middle order for India. 865 runs, 26 matches. So I think the experience is not there compared to KL Rahul, not even half. But still, he has already had 300s. We always know that whenever Rishabh Pant gets in the 90s, he can either throw it away or he can smack at six and get 100. So, do you think that he's really a contender for the wicketkeeper batsman duties for the Champions Trophy?
see, as long as KL is not able to, come out of his timid approach that we have seen in the last few ICC events, I would say not the bilateral series, because bilaterals are a testament, but they are not really counted. It's the ICC events which are counted. So if you look at the recent ICC events we have seen in 2019, we have seen the 2023 being the latest example. We know what happened over there. So I think Pant is there in the line, and I think after a while, since Dhoni's retirement, we are actually fighting for a keeper spot, which was actually the point when once he retires, then who is going to replace
Yeah.
him as a full time one. Currently, the KL, the keeper, has done really well. To be honest, with him not being a natural keeper, I haven't seen him much, doing the keeping duties in the domestic cricket. Rishabh is a natural one, so yeah, comparatively, I feel there is a big fight in the sport, especially in terms of batting, because keeping, I feel both are really good. Rishabh was initially dodgy, but still, he has done really well to improve on his fitness, and more so even after that horrific
Yeah,
accident. So I feel it's the batting
absolutely.
issue which is there with Rishabh. I think it's more of that left-handedness can help us, because even in the One Day World Cup we were discussing that it's all top five are right-handed, and it's just Jadeja who comes
Exactly.
in after. I think he was batting at 6 or 7 in
Yeah.
the World Cup.
Sometimes even at 7, and that was the
Yeah.
reason we had a massive concern over there, and that's the reason why we would like to come out here and say the top 4 I think more or less have their places: Shuman Gill, Rohit Sharma, Virat Kohli, hopefully Shreyas Iyer at 4. So number 5 is the spot where KL Rahul or Rishabh Pant has to take the spot. If you look into the numbers at number 5, KL Rahul has played 30 innings, scored about near about 1300 runs. Strike rate is still below 100, around 95, 950, 200s. 7 matches for Pant on the other end, 310 runs, it's 136 strike rate, almost a T20 strike rate to be honest. 300s to his name. So he is also very used to in this number 5 region. 300s, I think more that game against England as well, when he chased down, I think that was also a chasing and run, and at number 5 even. So if you talk about these two, once again, not much experience. But in the GG era, do you expect KL Rahul's approach to change and be a little bit attacking?
Well, under GG era, when our batters are bowling in the One Day, as we saw Gill and today Rohit Sharma, so hopefully the things can change. But looking at these things, I feel I just have a feeling that GG might just run out of patience with KL, because he has been there as the mentor with the side in Lucknow, and we saw what KL did. Even though we can say that in his defense that the wickets were not supporting him, as the pitches were very slow and not good for batting. But still, I feel there is a room for that Rishabh can come in, because what we need is quick runs in the back end, and
Correct.
something which we have been lacking. We tried Sky, but we know what happened over there. So I feel it's not the experience, but it's the package which Rishabh offers. I mean, just look at his innings: 7 innings, 300 runs, and a strike rate of 136. So
Correct.
I feel it's good enough to actually give him a try, and not just play in a consolation game whenever we win the series, or the series is lost. So I feel there should be a proper rotation, or at least try and fit in both, if not one. Because Shreyas Iyer also has his issues with the short ball, and we cannot afford batters who have technical issues, and more so with short ball. We have experienced that with Suresh Raina previously. So I feel if not, try and manage to fit both, because we need left-handers in the top.
Exactly. Yeah, absolutely. I agree to this fact. That's the reason why we need left-handers at the top. We saw in the first ODI, India experimented Akshar Patel, Washington Sundar
Yeah.
batting high up the order. So anything could be possible. But what about the SWOT analysis of these two batters? Let's have a look. Starting with the strength, Deepu. For KL Rahul, technological, I think technical thing is very good for KL Rahul because technically he's very strong. He doesn't lose his wicket so easily. On the other hand, we talk about Rishabh Pant. He can get out first ball, he can out as well. But versatile batting position. This is the plus point of KL Rahul. We said can bat at 4, can bat at 5, can bat in the top of the order opening. So in this ODI format, we'll come to this. Similarly, let's take a look into Rishabh Pant. Innovative shot selection. That's his strength. He can play 360 degrees. He has that wonderful sweep shot, scoop as well, which he always loves to play at Jimmy Anderson. Ability to play under pressure. That's the reason why against India versus Pakistan in that high pressure game, his 40 odd knock was turned out to be a difference. So if you look into both these players and their strengths, what are you going to explain? Sum it up these two pointers.
See, both are really important for their cause, because, as you mentioned, KL has that ability of he can bat at any position. He has batted for India in the top order at the 2019 World Cup. He batted in the middle order in the recently concluded ODI World Cup in India, and also was keeping the wicket. So it's another important job as a player that he's doing. He is actually doing a multitasking job for the team. Whereas if you look at Rishabh, he has that particular spot in the side, and currently that is filled by KL, but still it's up for grabs. Uh, and with Rishabh, I mean, yes, he did a really good job against Pakistan in that crucial game, 40 odd, number three. And that's something that suits his batting style. He needs that, situation when the power plays are there, just two fielders outside, he can actually, play his natural game. Whenever the middle overs approach, it's tough for him with fielders outside, and he somehow gets scared to hit the ball. He's playing the
Yeah,
defensive game, which is not his game naturally. He's a natural slogger, just like the young MS Dhoni was used to be there in
yeah,
his OG eras, I would say. So I feel both are really important in their own aspects. It's just that Rishabh goes a touch higher given the way he performs under pressure, and obviously being a left-hander, that finesse is always required for the team. So
absolutely.
yeah, that's the reason. I would still say I would love to include both because both are really important for their cause. If the wicket falls, we know that KL, even with this timid approach, can at least hold one end up. So
Ooh,
yeah,
so you're saying both, which means one of them will play as a batter. Maybe KL Rahul plays as a batter. Does KL Rahul make your number four in place of Shreyas Iyer then?
see, I mean, again, Shreyas is a really great batter. No discredit to him, but still, I feel KL can, play that number four part actually because he has that game of stabilizing the innings because we don't need run up ball scores now. We need
Yeah,
someone who can actually play both that anchor role as well as that finishing role. So if you can, just play KL at four, Rishabh at five, it will not only break the this hoodoo of five right-handed batters. We can actually get a quality left-hander, and
correct,
then you can have your Akshar Patels and Jadejas, the left-handers. That
correct.
three of left-handers can follow, and then you can actually flow play many of them as a floater. So that
Absolutely.
option
That's
would
a
be very
very
good.
fair enough point, I must tell you, Deepu. But on the other hand, if you go to the weakness of these two batters, injury
Yeah.
concerns for both, I think injury concerns has been there lately. Strike rate issues, we have spoken about this n number of times for KL Rahul. Strike rate issue is there. For Pant, it's a short selection. We always say, and that's the reason why we say that after a while, if Pant gets set, it's going to be Pant who throws away his wicket than the opponent taking his wicket. That's the reason why short selection is very, very massive weakness for Rishabh Pant and the consistency. Sometimes he might give you a flurry of 4 to 5 back-to-back knocks of single digits runs. Then he can come out with bang bang of 70 plus. So, what's your take on these two pointers for both of them, please?
Yes, both of them have their own issues. Rishabh Pant with him, it'll always be there. The issue of consistency. He can never be consistent as long as he continues this approach, and I feel it's good because what we need is a match winner who can win you important games. So it doesn't really matter that if he flops two or three innings. KL is someone who is expected to do job now. To do the job now, he has been playing for about a decade now. I think he started in 2015, and we are just closing towards the end of 2024. We are in August, so I feel it's important that KL starts to take responsibility because even or everybody knows that he hasn't been able to win matches, and he's around 30 or 31. He's in his 30s, so he is an experienced man in the team now. He has led the side. He is an IPL captain. He has led different franchises in the IPL. So it's important that he takes responsibility. And because if you leave out Rohit and Virat, it's him who's the most experienced man in the squad, with Hardik also not being there in the ODIs. So it's
Correct.
important that he takes that responsibility and can shut the critics out because he has been there in the ODI World Cup. He has played couple of ODI World Cups and still not able to
Absolutely.
sustain his place. He's still fighting for a place. So just shows that how way how way the way he has wasted his talent. He has that
And
opportunity.
you
He
can
has
also say there is a massive competition when it
yeah.
comes to Indian and wicket keepers, the top order batters. And I think here, if you can somehow say Sanju Samson, Nishan Kishan, they're also there, but not ahead of these two players.
See, Sanju Samson again. We all talk about him that give him a chance, give him a chance. But whenever he is given a chance, apart from that 100 in South Africa, he hasn't. One, he hasn't played much games, and the games that he has played, he has got out on ducks, or has got a low score. So he himself is not making his chances count. So we cannot count Sanju in as of now. Maybe for the future, he's a great keeper. He has got loads of talent in batting, but it's just that he's not able to convert. Kishan, again, he has his off-field issues or whatever it is. Now that it's resolved, he's going to play domestic cricket as well. So yes, we'll get another left-hander, which is another important thing for us, given we have plenty of ICC events coming up in
Yeah,
in the next 5 years. So this is something which is important, and that this will always keep these two players on their toes because they are the future
yeah,
of the side.
exactly.
Also,
Absolutely.
Rishabh Pant being in his 20s, KL Rahul more of as a leader. I'm looking at the in the ODI and that ODI format. Given that the Indian cricket, I think in future will be going with a split captaincy,
Yeah,
something
absolutely.
which we haven't seen in the haven't seen in recent while till the time Rohit was captain. Now that he is retired from T20, so I think it's important that both these players now, whatever the opportunity that they get, they make the most out of it.
Absolutely. You summed it up really well about these two players. When we talk about the opportunities, Deepu, leadership roles, as we said about KL Rahul, I think he's a very, very good match reader. The decisions he makes helps Rohit Sharma with the LBW decisions, the caught behind decisions, the review system rather. He's very good at that. Sometimes I can confidently say Rishabh Pant is yet not good in that sense. I must tell you, leadership potential. Yes, Pant is also the captain of the Delhi Capitals. KL Rahul was the captain of Lucknow Super Giants. So the leadership quality is there for both of them. Who provides under pressure? Who provides with a calm head in leadership? I think KL Rahul is there ahead a little bit. Role of a senior player. You said about senior player. You see KL Rahul there. But Pan's opportunity is the approach he plays. The way you said, he will not change his approach, and that always gives you record-breaking performances. Quick fire knocks, 70 of 30 balls, 80 of 40 balls. I think that's the reason why we will always back on Pant in these kind of hopes.
Yeah, see, with Rishabh, it's the leadership issues we know we can count out very well. We are both DC fans, and whatever he did in 2022 game against Semi or whatever the games that he has captained that we have lost, there is some flaws in there with the leadership as well. But we
Yeah,
know even when the crucial games come up, he has made many decisions. I feel, given I think it was one of the games against the RR this year that he gave a crucial over to Kuldeep and he bowled really well. So
yeah,
there he has done well as a captain, but in bits and pieces. So this is something which I'm hoping that he, learns more as a player. He's playing. He might be playing in the DPL as well, the local league in Delhi. So most likely he'll be there as a captain because of his international stature.
absolutely.
So that will help him, as a player, know his game. KL Rahul has been a seasoned campaigner, but it's just that the timid approach in the crucial games has, costed us. Or whatever the pressure situation is, be it in a fourth innings of a test match in Bangladesh, or both the other games as well. That pressure, he's not able to cope up under the pressure situation. So these are the things that are which KL Rahul is currently lacking, and
Yeah,
he himself knows that, but still he's not able to make those things count. We have seen in the
absolutely. And
2022 finals as
correct.
well.
And we saw it many times for KL Rahul. And when it comes to the third, form and confidence, injury risk, these are for KL Rahul. We always say that. But pressure of expectations, we always expect Rishabh Pant to perform. The injury risk is both of them. But still, Deepo, if you have to sum it up really well, both of these players they're really talented. One is a left hand batter, one is a right hand batter. But still, if you are given that, okay, this man will do the job for me between the two of them, who would you bank on?
See, currently, to be honest, I can't really bank on both of them. Because with these two, there is one perfect line for these two which fits on them, that expect the unexpected. Because with Rishabh Pant, even when you are expecting, you are first of all, if you are expecting things from him every game, or in a pressure situation, he'll definitely do. But again, he himself has finds ways to get out. So with Rishabh, it's a gamble. KL Rahul, we have seen in the recent past and in the last few years that he has been able to choke under pressure. So to be honest, the people have actually, the the hopes have been reduced on KL Rahul. Even in the game against Sri Lanka, he got that bashing of
Yeah,
being rusty and wasn't able to rotate
correct.
the strike.
The strike rate is once again a
Yeah.
major concern. Let's hope Gambhir has a wonderful word and they change that. But final question: if you talk about the, I'll still straight away just ask you the top six, top five of the Indian batting order for you. Ideal top five in the ODI format. Rohit Gill, and after that,
See, Rohit and Gill are openers. Virat Kohli definitely is there. No one can take number three as of now until he himself decides to go away from
retires.
ODIs.
Yeah,
So yeah, so that now openers are locked. Even though Shubman Gill hasn't had a great run, but still it's locked. Top three is locked.
yeah,
Number four again. I mean, it's been 5 years that we have been finding a proper number four. Currently, Shreyas Iyer has done really well to fit himself after that prolific ODI World Cup. So I'll still keep him, even though I would have loved KL and Rishabh to play, given that two keeping options and KL can add as a value in the field as well. He's a great fielder, but still I'll keep Shreyas in there, and I'll keep Rishabh because I want to break that chain of right-handers. I want that left-hander
righties to
in.
lefties. Fair enough, and I absolutely I'd agree to this point. That's the reason I was asking you what would be your ideal five, and that's the four righties and then a lefty. I think that sums it up. A Champions Trophy squad for Team India. We will see that what GGR has does so far. It has been promising a little bit of attacking approach. We're expecting so many all-rounders in the side. Thank you so much, Deepu. Thank you to all the viewers for watching this video. Don't forget to subscribe to the Fifth Umpire. Press the bell icon as well. Let us know in the comments who do you think should be the ODI wicketkeeper batsman for Team India. Until then, thank you so much and bye bye.